Hello, everybody. So, no music this week, but good news, I figured I'd take it as an opportunity to introduce you to the band, or at least to start anyway. Real quick, would you mind saying what you just said again?
Like, comment, and subscribe!
You heard the voice in the background. Do me a quick favor, just do all the YouTube cringy things, please. It will really help a lot. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and of course, if it's realistic, if it's possible, just consider supporting me over at Patreon. The link should be right here. And it'll actually help me out a lot. Literally keep me in music and save my instruments from destitution. That's literally the case, as I could not actually play two of my instruments. So, big problem. Now, without further ado, I'd like to take today as an opportunity to actually introduce you to the band, as it were. While I've been playing the lute, I figured, now for something completely different. This is one of my favorite and most beautiful instruments. Most recently, I just got through a string order that I've been meaning to do for a long time. I've been putting it off for way longer than I should. But having gotten them in, I finally got my replacement A, E, and G strings. And yes, that's right, it is a silver G string. This is my Baroque Violin. It's a treasure of mine. It was a gift from my father at some point. I cannot give you the year. Sorry, Dad. But it is a magnificent instrument. And with one hell of a provenance, too. Or somewhat, anyway. Now, I'll probably try to put up some nice pictures so you can actually see this a little bit better. But this is actually a very old instrument. 200 and something years old. 230-ish years old. We can't quite be sure. It was actually made by a Johann Ulrich Fichtel in the Mittenwald, sometime in the 1760s. But as you can see, it's got a very beautiful fingerboard. Naturally, with the matching bridge down here, absolute stunner this, and a tailpiece to impress. None of them originals, of course. Now, that's because I believe this was, when my family found it, it was more or less in pieces at a luthier's, and I believe it had oh dear, a modern fingerboard on it at the time, so they had to swap that right off because so many violins were converted, I think in the 19th century. And they had to get that off, gave it a nice matching tailpiece, new bridge, probably needed it very badly. And you can actually see down here on the body of it, like some signs of its wear and tear and long life. Now, cool thing for nerds like myself to enjoy, this was made in the 1760s. So, this means that this instrument probably shared music halls with some of the greats that we study nowadays. Be it Bach, Mozart, you name it. Like, I cannot imagine the life that this instrument has held. The only thing that ever comes to mind when I hold an old instrument in my hands is always the Red Violin. I don't know how many of you have seen that movie. Incredible movie. Samuel L. Jackson hunting down the provenance of a particular violin. I'm at a loss for words. Just go watch it. He's also been dubbed Leopold, Leo, by my beloved wife. I think it's such a fitting name for such a beautiful and sophisticated German, wouldn't you say? And with all that said, I think I'll just take a moment to actually let you guys hear how he sounds. So, enjoy. Why, thank you. Really?